Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about information consumption, and you are going to learn how to fact check something yourself using a technique I've talked about on the channel before, but it's been a while. Everybody can use a refresher, and it definitely is useful given the current story about Zelenskyy buying a house. And we're also going to check in on somebody who sent a message that I read on the channel recently talking about Zelenskyy using money to buy a yacht. And, his brother was working at the manufacturing plant, working overtime, bought the new truck. And I explained that that's really where the aid money goes. Okay, well, that person definitely saw that video. And they continue to watch because they sent this. I bet you feel pretty dumb. You made a whole video making fun of me for saying Zelenskyy used aid money to buy a yacht. Well, he bought a house in Florida, and there's a link, and the link is to a tweet. It's a tweet, and the tweet says, Zelenskyy reportedly buys $20 million mansion in Vero Beach, Florida. And there are some images. There are some images of the home that he reportedly bought, and for whatever reason, there's an image of a naturalization certificate that has his information on it, including a picture of him. Okay, so if you wanted to know whether or not this was true, what's the first thing you would do? Go to Google, right? Or whatever your preferred search engine is. Go to Google, type in Zelenskyy buys mansion. If you do that, you're not going to find any news outlets reporting on this, which would be weird because this would be a huge story. Okay, so that's odd. But maybe the person on Twitter, they're breaking it. So wait an hour. See if it shows up. See if a major outlet picks it up. While you're doing that, you could look at results that aren't news and maybe see if anything shows up there, like on websites dedicated to debunking social media rumors. That's where you'll find it. But you don't want to have to wait for some website to debunk it for you. You want to be a good consumer of information. You want to be able to discern this stuff for yourself. So we're going to go through some techniques. So next time you won't be taken advantage of. You won't be tricked, manipulated. Then get angry and send me another email. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do, that image of the naturalization certificate. Take a screenshot of it, but you don't need the whole thing. Just crop Zelenskyy's photo. Okay, save just his photo. Cut everything else out and just get his photo. Then you're going to go to a website called Tineye, Tineye. It is a reverse image search. Upload the image. You get a bunch of results, right? But it looks different. The results from Tineye, they have a blue background. Everything else is the same, but they have a blue background. But it's the same image because the one on the certificate, well, it's been edited. They changed the background to make it look like a passport photo, and they made it super grainy to make it look like, I guess, a passport photo from the 80s. So if you are looking at that website, you can click compare, and it will compare the image that it found online to the image you uploaded. And even though the backgrounds are different, you can tell it's the same image. If you want something to compare to make it super obvious, look at his neckline. He's got a jacket and a shirt on, and the jacket's kind of off-center, and it hits in the same spot on his neck in both images. It's the same image, it's just been edited. Okay, so now we know that's fake. Like, that's not real. The only piece of evidence, or one of the pieces of evidence, I don't know how that certificate is supposed to be evidence of him buying a house, but whatever. That is not real. It's been edited. It's manufactured. There's no way that they would use an edited image from online on a document like that. It's fake. Okay. Now, download a couple images of the house. Doesn't matter which ones. Upload them up into the same website, into TinEye. What do you get? You get a bunch of results from real estate websites. Okay. If you follow the links, because it shows you where the images are from and it provides you a link, if you follow that link, you will end up on one of these sites. And the first thing you should notice is that the house isn't in Vero Beach, is it? Weird. That's not true either. The other thing that you would notice is that it's not a $20 million home. The highest I found was 10.9. And if you wanted to get a little further into it, you can use property records to find out who actually owns it. I'm not going to put the person out there because they didn't ask for their house to be used in this way, but the person lives in Atlanta and has owned the house for quite some time. So what do you have? You have the text of this image. Zelenskyy reportedly buys $20 million mansion in Vero Beach. The house in the image, not in Vero Beach, not $20 million. So now you have Zelenskyy reportedly buys. And there's an image of Zelenskyy, but it's been edited and it's like on a fake document. It's not real. They made it up. And hopefully, now that you know how to do this, you won't fall for it anymore. You'll be harder to trick. There are people who will spread bad information for clicks, something that is just sensational. It's worth noting that the websites that debunked this did it a while ago. It's not a new social media claim that's false. It's been around. It just got resurfaced on Twitter because, there's currently aid requests going on. If something is this sensational, check into it. And I mean, you did, in a way. You sent me this message, although by the tone of this, I feel like you believed it. Just saying. But at the same time, good for you. Okay, I did. I made a video that straight up, I mean, it was kind of poking fun of you. But I feel like you came back because you knew the information was accurate. You want accurate information. Most people do. Sometimes you just need the skills to determine whether or not somebody's lying to you. And that's what's happening here. There is nothing in that tweet that's true. The images don't support it. It's just made up for engagement and clicks. But now you have those skills. TinEye. Really useful. There are other reverse image searches out there. I like TinEye because it will oftentimes pick up an edited photo like that. Not all of them do that. It's a pretty good one. But there are other ones. And just remember that if something sounds sensational, there might be a reason. And check into the information. Your biggest sign should have been that it wasn't property records being shown. It was just some images of a house and a document, a reported document, that has nothing to do with buying a house. They made it up. Or they were also tricked. Either way, probably not a place that I would accept information from without checking. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.